You're about to get turned up with the best group on Facebook, the real YouTube DJ.
Yeah, boy! What up, everybody? Once again, it's your boy, DJ J Mathis, and my co-host, DJ J Rock. We are here today with a special guest, and you are watching YouTube DJ TV. Today, our special guest will be aka Brian 22 West Tran, DJ 22 West of Trilogy Production. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Jace? What up, Jay?
What's happening?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on with you, B?
Just trying to stay busy, guys. Motivated by everything that you guys are doing, from Just to Wow, or was it Wow Solution event?
Yeah, Wow Event Solutions.
Wow Event Solutions, and of course Atlanta's #1 DJ, man. You guys are motivating me.
Right, that dude right here. We got Brian on the show today, man, because Brian has got away from social media personally, but to maintain to focus more on his business, Trilogy Productions, and I am subscribed to him on Facebook, the Trilogy, as well. So y'all may not see him on social media, but I'm watching what this guy is doing, man, and he's doing some amazing stuff. He stays busy, and he done basically hired his own DJ team. I done watched this unfold, and a lot of DJs that I know personally is trying to go that way. But one of the main focuses, if you guys read the heading of this video chat, is MCing. And if you follow Brian, you will see him MCing his tail off. So we're going to talk about Trilogy and what he's done for his brand. We're also going to talk about MCing. But first, let's go with Trilogy first. So you felt that you needed to bring in more help. Did that entitle you to do more gigs as well?
Before I begin, first of all, I appreciate the support, Jace. It means a lot, man, because even before we get into the topic, in this industry that we're in, I feel like this group right here, the real YouTube DJs. Shout out to everybody watching or whoever that might be watching. I mean, it's all about support. I learned that you can't do it by yourself. I mean, you can, but to a certain extent. So to go back to your questions, as far as hiring people, I wouldn't say that I'm hiring anybody. You know Rod, right? Rod, one of the guys that's been with me, DJ Rod. Shout out to Rod. He's busy today. Yeah. He actually found us on YouTube. Ironic, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's why I brought up the whole networking thing, because I think it's very important. I mean, Rod is from, he's Latino. I'm a Vietnamese cat, but through music and this whole DJing thing that we connected on YouTube. So I wouldn't say that I'm hiring more people to do more gigs, but I've been putting in a lot of work. So I've been getting a lot of inquiries that I need help with. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's bringing them on board, because Rod is a cool cat, and he's part of the YouTube DJs, and I watched him grow, and speaking to him personally, with him working, I'm not going to say his place, well, where he used to work and all that, and he told me he wanted to do more into the DJ field, and then you did what you did. You, like you said, it's networking, but you still brought him in. So as of right now, I see him on the ones and twos a lot more, and I know he's enjoying it because he got skills on him. He has some great skills on him. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy in a minute, before he got as busy as he is now with Trilogy and stuff, who was throwing up all types of mixes, man. And so I watched his skills, and I watched him, grow with you. And you got two other cats that I don't know personally, but I see. So, and it's no disrespect to none of them at all. When I say this, it's just the only way to say it. And I watched them come to Trilogy, and I watch your events, and you're actually now probably more busier than I've ever seen you. And you guys have always been very busy. When you and Sean was part of the team, and before he went off to do photography, you guys stayed busy. But now I see you even more busier.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't happen overnight, to be honest, to whoever that might be watching. I've never worked for no multi-op company. I didn't have anybody to really guide me into this thing. It was really Sean and I that started it. Even though Sean's doing videography and he's doing really, pretty good. He's doing real good. I'm happy.
I've seen his work.
You know? Yeah, he's staying busy. We don't have the same direction as far as Trilogy Productions, but our friendship is there. You know, he's a brother. So I'm happy for him as far as that aspect. But yeah, the whole point about, I wouldn't say I'm that busy, but I'm thankful enough to be doing, you know, this whole year we've been doing events pretty much every week. Last week, this past weekend, I did a Saturday night. I was hired to DJ with this band, and again, networking is very important. I didn't have a gig that I booked with for Trilogy, but this band called me up and they were like, "Hey, are you free Saturday? We just want you to come and DJ at the end." I'm like, "Okay, you know, I'm free." And then Sunday morning, I came back to the same venue because we booked a wedding. So, and then Sunday night, a different band contacted me to DJ for their wedding at the end. So it kind of worked out as far as scheduling. And I'm telling you, man, I gave up all my weekends, and you guys know that. I've seen you guys give up sacrifices, you know. No life, man. All my friends be like, "Hey, let's go drink," and you know, my reply was, "Hey, I'm in San Diego for a wedding," and that went on for years. I mean, like literally at the end of 2012 was when we started Trilogy Productions, and I haven't really had like any time off. But it's a blessing, man, and support from you guys, man. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have gave up when Sean left because I had to start all over, pretty much.
Right. Well, like I said, man, you know, we watch you, and you and I definitely stay connected. But real quick, DJ Dilemma has joined us. He said, "What's up, fellas?" And he says also, Trilogy is in the house. DJ Dilemma, what's happening, brother? Yeah,
what's up, Dilemma? Shout out to Seattle 206, baby.
That's right. Brian, you may not know, today was Blend Sunday, so we got another Blend video about to hit the channel real soon. And he tore the house down just the same as everybody else. But
looking forward to that.
But on to you know, of course we're gonna come back to Trilogy. It's never ending. It's a trilogy. So MCing, you have also been focusing on doing a lot of MCing, and the reason why I want to bring this up is because in our YouTube DJ group, Facebook group, we had a conversation recently about mic skills. And, you know, a lot of DJs, they said they need to improve on their mic skills. And I thought this was a perfect venue to discuss this, because I don't have a problem on the mic. I get on the mic in a minute. I'm not one of them talk you through the whole night DJs, because growing up when I was going to the clubs and stuff, and even as a beginning DJ, I dislike DJs that just talk constant. You know what I'm saying?
The song 4 minutes, they talking 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Exactly.
You can't really dance. You and get that girl on the floor and all this other whatever stuff, man. Just, you know, we are hosts. We may not be the people throwing the party, but we are hosts, so we gotta act as sort of a host. You know what I mean? I've watched wedding planners take over the wedding from the bride and groom, which is wrong. These are horrible wedding planners. I done seen that. You know what I mean? They in the pictures, bride and groom, literally first dance. They taking pictures. She comes and hugs them while they're dancing. Get out the way. But, you know, we as professionals, we got to learn to voice ourselves as DJs. For instance, before I go any further, what led to you becoming more, an MC? How do you go about doing it?
Before I answer the question, you're absolutely right. A lot of MCs, we're hosts. We play an important role, a really important role, right? But a lot of MCs, from what I've seen, right, and learned from, it's not about the MC. So if you guys are doing wedding, I'm telling you this right now because I do 99% weddings. So I don't do a lot of quinceañeras. I don't do a lot of school dances. So I'm pretty much at a wedding at least once a week. It's not about the MC, so you have to find that balance of how to become a good host, but not to take over the wedding because it's not a show. It's not a Kanye show. It's not a Jay-Z show. You're not Jay-Z. You're just there to get the
right. That's true. That's a good way of putting it too.
Yeah, but when Sean and I first started Trilogy, we nobody knew us. Just like anything when you first start out, right? So we would take turn emceeing, and I was nervous as heck. I don't talk on the mic. I'm more of a DJ. I started out with vinyls. I don't know. You guys can see, but I have my turntables right back there.
Real quick, speaking of that, you do have my address, right? No, I'm joking.
I got a new phone, Jay. I still have your number though. But yeah, Sean and I, we would just take turn. Like we would, and when we first started out, guys, we did a lot of Caucasian weddings, a lot. We didn't do a lot of Asian weddings, ironically, right? So we would take turn, and Sean be like, "Hey, you think you got this one?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got this one." And I'm telling you, my first wedding that I emceed, it sucked. I was like a robot, reading a script, like good. And when you're nervous, people can sense that, and it's okay when you first started out. You got to start out somewhere, right?
Right.
So I was pretty nervous, I was like a robot reading a script for essay, for a speech class, and that you're about to come up and present the speech as the final exam, and it sucked. But what I learned from that was, I have, it's kind of like, if I have to come up with an example, an MC is like, just think of a rap MC, think of a singer. You have to be in their mindset too. You got to be natural. You got to know your lines. You got to practice your lines. More importantly, you got to deliver. If you screw up, but you can recover and you make it, let the people know that, hey, that's just part of what I'm trying to do here. Then you won half of the battle. But you have to know your stuff, and it has to come off naturally. So I think delivery, just just think of Nas, man. His delivery. I'm Biggie, right? Biggie probably has one of the best deliveries, and Jay-Z.
Yeah, true.
So I try to apply that.
How about Fetty Wap?
Come on, Jay.
He waiting on his pizza delivery. So
J Rock's got Run DMC right in the background playing right now. Come on, Fetty Wap.
So, but
yeah, Jay. I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, we had to. There was only two of us. Well, there were only two of us, Sean and myself. We had no roadies. We didn't really have to budget to pay anybody. And we were pretty much just investing in equipment. And at the time, financially, Sean, he used to DJ in Vegas. So Sean, he used to get paid big bucks. A lot of people don't know that because we started this whole thing. But Sean used to DJ at a club. Sean, if you're watching, bro, if you ever watching, I know you're busy. I'm going to keep rocking Trilogy for us, bro, no matter what. But he used to spin at a club in Vegas called Trist, hip-hop. Sean was strictly hip-hop, top 40. I guess one of the owners or relatives or whatever saw him at a private event, and they liked what he did, so they booked him. They would fly him out on a Thursday night, give him his hotel room, pay him pretty good money. I'm talking about Vegas money.
Wow.
Not Calvin Harris money, and they'll fly him back. So Sean used to be, he used to make a lot of, he was making good money on top of, working at FedEx before Trilogy Productions, obviously. But when we started it, he came back from Louisiana, to, I think he opened up a liquor store, something like that. Didn't go too well. Yeah, and so he came back to Cali. He opened up another liquor store. Let's just say it's not there anymore, and I was there to help him out with the beginning phases, cashiering and all that good stuff. That's why in the earlier videos, Jay, you saw our backdrop, at a liquor store, right?
Yes, we talked about that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was two of us, so we had to split the duties. All right, you're gonna be the DJ, I'm gonna be, the MC tonight. And it was just two turntables and a mic, and we didn't use no controller. It was straight up techniques, a Rain 57, and just two dudes trying to make things happen. That was it. That was how it all started.
Well, let me back up some. Something you said about being, how you gotta deliver your words and rehearse. When I'm doing a wedding, and I've done them all from Caucasian to Black to Greek. You know what I mean? To Caribbean. I just did an island wedding. I've done it all. My deliveries are always the same, and I make the family feel like I'm part of their family. Then they return the sentiment. So when I'm at the event, like for instance, I'm on a mic. When I met this one client, let's talk about the Caribbean wedding. The father, of course, and mom was paying for the wedding, and we're at the meeting. Now they met me. I discussed. I tried to upsell them on whatever I want, ask them what they need, blah blah blah. Did all that. Finished the meeting. The mom says, "Well, we have 5 more DJs to meet." And then she said, "No matter what, we will call you and let you know which way do we go." So I got that call back and say, "Jay, we chose you." Of course, that was an honor. So my point is, she says, out of all the DJs that we met, and this is the first one, this Caucasian couple I got booked for this November said the exact same thing. She said all the DJs that we spoke with, none of them presented themselves as well as you did. None of them can offer what you have to offer. So that was a good thing for me. And talking to the father, he was like, I say, so what kind of music you want to go with? He telling me the genres, the bride and groom is sitting there, but they're younger. So the mom and dad is doing all the talking. And he said something about the whip nay nay. And I looked at him, and like I tell you, I'm trying to make them feel like I'm part of their family. And I said, "Oh, so you want to get out there and whip a nay nay, sir?" And he bust out laughing. "Oh, no." I say, "No, because if you book me as your DJ, I'm gonna make you whip a nay nay." So at this wedding, I had it playing, and I put the song on, and I told the mom and daughter, "Get the dad out there." Oh my God, they loved it. And that's my point of saying all this is, you to be a good MC, if you're mic shy, you have to leave your own zone and become someone else. You have to become that host, that entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Like my voice, as I said, told somebody else, I can't stand my voice on the mic. But when I'm into it, it changes, and I'm hyping up the crowd.
It's almost like an alter ego.
Exactly. Oh, that's A1 way to put it. You got to find your alter ego. And some may be shy. Sit at home, sit in your room, sit in your living room, sit in your garage. Practice your voices. You don't have to have your DJ equipment up. Have a stereo on or a phone playing and you talk. You got to practice. You can't go there. You can't freestyle an MC because you got to know what you're talking about. So you got to know when it's introductions, wedding introductions, or even Sweet 16 introductions, any introduction, you have to know people's name. You can't produce it.
Now speaking of weddings, DJ Beloved and our approach is a lot of the weddings we kind of take turns emceeing. But for the announcement, sometimes, well, most of the time, she'll take the lead. But what we like to do, we ask the client, once we get the list of names, we ask for the proper spelling, the proper enunciation, because all names are not pronounced the same. So you got to do that research. And if you come across a name with like 14 syllables, you want to have some time to practice saying that name. Because you don't want to mess up Auntie Tanika Tatana Katana Kabana Kabana.
Well, see, as you said that.
Absolutely, Jay.
He's 100% right. Let me tell you what I do, and I think I spoke on this before in the group, or maybe on an earlier video. I get everyone's name. Okay. Now I contact my bride, or whoever is my wedding planner, whoever I'm dealing with. I contact them 2 days before the event and ask them, are there any name changes? I mean, you know how some people get kicked out of a wedding or at the last minute can't attend. So that's one thing I do. Then I also go over the name list. Now, I had a name, Tahare. So they gave me the spelling. So as I got this spelling, I'm writing it down. And then in parentheses, I write it down my way. So when I look at it, Tahary. That's not how it's spelled. Tahare. I write it to where I know I'm going to remember how to say it. I want my syllables to be perfect. So I advise that when you're the MC and you're doing something like that, take up that. I don't care. Take that up. Don't write it their way, because if it's spelled however Tahare is spelled, let's just say Taigh, whatever, you're not gonna remember it a month down the line. And you don't want to keep asking your bride or your groom or your, okay, how you say their name again? Okay, how you say their name again? Okay, how you say? No, you don't want to do that. That's so unprofessional.
Real quick, in the comment box on the YouTube chat, Cool DJ Dre says Deborah, not Deborah.
That's true.
Very true.
Right. So, but that's the thing, man. Pronunciations is the key to your success as being an MC. And Brian, it's like I said, y'all find him. Find his fan page, Trilogy Productions. Y'all find him. Like I said, he got rid of his personal Facebook account, and he's only focused on Trilogy right now. So go on his fan page. You get to see a lot of stuff you do. He even on Instagram, he posts photos of him MCing. You see him from behind the booth with the mic in his hand, with the couple or whoever. You see this man. I'm sure, as he stated before, he wasn't good at it, and that fear is gone now, because when it's time for the movie to start, you already ready, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Like, just going back to what you said, Jay, it makes a lot of sense. And a quick tip too, if you guys are new to emceeing weddings, make sure first of all you dress accordingly, which you should be anyways. Just remind yourself, hey, if you were attending a wedding, how would you dress? And trust me, I brought that up because I've been at so many weddings the past few years, and I've seen some MCs, and I was like, this guy is going to MC my wedding.
You can't wear Jordans and a baseball cap?
Yeah, with New York cap tilted to the side. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty close, right? But yeah, dress your part, and always have a pen on you, flashcards or a piece of paper, whatever you can write with. Always have it on you, because if any changes what's going to be made, make sure that you're on top of it, especially when the reception is about to start in about 5-10 minutes. So yeah, always have a pen on you. And Jay is right. Pronunciation is really important. I got a question for both of the Jays here, right? Shit, the Jays. Hey, can I call you guys the Jays?
We like a duet.
Have you guys done? Yeah, it's the Jays. Have you guys done? You guys have done Asian weddings, right? Like, for example, have you done any like Korean or Chinese weddings?
I've done a Chinese wedding before, but they were, let's just say, American Chinese. It wasn't Chinese music.
Right. But their names. I mean, obviously they had Chinese names, right?
Of course.
So how did you tackle that? You had to write it down the way that you were gonna say it, your way, not. Yeah. You know, they'll say what they gotta say. Then they speak the language, but for you to say like Wong or whatever, or Wang Chu or whatever, you gotta write it your way. So yeah, Jay is absolutely right. I mean, you have to.
Why you say that? And I'm glad you said that. You said whether it's Wang Chu, it might be pronounced Wan Chow. You never know. So
that's true.
You do have to write it the way that you want, that you will remember it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So that is 100% true. on that. And the one thing about the Greek wedding I did, if y'all go to my page, just look up. I don't remember what it's titled, but it's a Greek wedding. The Greek wedding had to be one of the easiest weddings that I did. Let me tell you why. Because I didn't have to get on the mic not once. The father does all the introductions.
That's different.
Yes, that's just how they do it. And during this, as time started, I started the music. The event started. I say about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. The bride and groom enters. Now, they're in there. I'm still in the mix, doing my thing, keeping everybody happy. Dance floor stays crowded. Bride and groom on the dance floor. This is something that I've never done at this point, a Greek wedding. So I'm like, I know that was the bride and groom. I didn't meet them because I was booked through the father. And they stayed there the whole time. And then the father basically gave me a cue to stop the music about 3 hours in. And then they had the wedding. They never left the room. So I stopped the music. The father calls them up. The vows and everything is said. And it went on for like an hour and a half. So hour and a half, somewhere between, I can't remember the full time, but it was long. I know it was over an hour.
Wow.
I sat there at my booth like this. Dance floor lights paused and everything. You know what I'm saying? It was an amazing experience. Now, with that being said, they had a difficult Greek name. You know what I mean? So that when I was told that I didn't have to MC,
you was
anything,
like,
it was. But what I did was I still asked them for their name, and I still had it broke down in case I had the Mr. Kongatuits come back here. You know what I mean? I had to be prepared.
Enunciation is everything.
Yeah, I didn't want to be all rude like, hey, father of the bride, can you come to the DJ booth? No.
Hey, Deborah, tell your daddy come here.
Right. And if y'all remember correctly, the people in the YouTube DJ group, we spoke on this because DJ Burnout had drove here, and he attended that event with me just to show some love to me. You know what I'm saying? And I had got into it with she wasn't a hotel manager. She was just in charge of them rooms because they rented 5 banquet halls. These people had money. They had me booked for 3 days. They wanted me all 3 days. But anyway, the lady had got wrong with me. She come yelling at me because I probably had about, no joke, because the place was so huge, I probably had about 15,000 watts of sound there. Okay, I had QSC, Yorkville, and Eevees all pumping. This place was huge, so I wanted enough. And he paid for extra speakers. He said, the father did. He said, I want it extra loud. I said, so you want me to bring more speakers, it's going to be additional fee. He said, I don't care what the fee is. Bring me more speakers. So I brought a heck of a sound system to this place to where you can hear it outside of the hotel. And I think we was 5 floors up. You still can hear it from the ground. And because Burnout parked where he parked at outside, it's just, it's a hotel. It's a Westin Inn. Expensive hotel. All you see out there is Rolls Royces and everything. 2 of them was from the Greek people, by the way. He said when he parked his truck, because he was driving tractor trailer then. He said when he parked his truck, he said, I heard you when I turned the corner.
Wow.
So, but anyway, the lady comes at me, screaming at me, turn it down now. And I said it politely. I never lost my professionalism. I said, ma'am, there's my client over there. My contract is with them. So if you want it down, please tell him. When he come tell me to turn it down, I will gladly turn it down. No, you turn it down right now. Mind you, she was a white woman. So one thing a black man's not going to do, let some white woman come in his face yelling at him. I don't care what color. And I'm telling her, so the father seen it. He comes over there. Now he's cursing her out. He calls for the main manager of this facility. And I guess I'm back on the ones and twos. Headphones on. I'm straight up in the mix. Burnout standing to my left. So the father comes and tapped me. And this is where I got to show Burnout much respect and love. Father come and tap me. I dropped the headphones. He said, I need to talk to you real quick. Burnout, without me even asking, he grabs my headphones from me, puts them on, and he started DJing. That's my dog.
That's how it's supposed to be, man.
He was there just to visit, but he knew the situation. And he took the headphones and he just started DJing. So I'm out there talking to the main manager of this expensive hotel. He said, can you tell me what happened? So I explained it to him. Now, these people had spent guaranteed over 6 figures for this. Over 6 figures. Probably, they if I guess, between 200,000 to 300,000 they spent because they rented 2 floors. Had all 5 banquet halls for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? These people spend some money. So when he asked me, and I told him, I said, she come yelling at me. I don't know this lady. I say, but my I don't care what she says. This is my client, because the guy was there, the father, who booked me. And he says, okay, everything. He said, that's how he explained to me. He said, okay, thank you, sir. And he looked at her, and I just seen him chewing her out. I don't know what he was saying, and he pointed, and she just turned around and walked away. But from my understanding, the father took all his money for the next couple of days out of the hotel. He said, I will not do business here again. So I don't know, that young lady might have lost her job.
Yeah.
So that cost them a lot of money, man.
She got rolled up.
Yeah. Real quick, I don't know what Cool Dre right. What is Nasing? He talking about some Nigerian weddings. The Nigerian weddings are fun. No. Talking on the mic, just dancing. No talking on the mic and just dancing. Okay. That's a different one. That is a real different one. I don't think I did a Nigerian. No, I didn't do a Nigerian wedding yet.
All right, real quick. In preparation for weddings or parties or whatever, what are some of the tips you guys take to be sure that your voice is good, your strength is good, that you're prepared to entertain for tonight? As it relates to DJing and MCing.
Man,
well, that's a real good question. So,
good question.
I'll let you go first, Brian.
Appreciate it, Jay. Shout out to Burnout. Burnout.
Right.
Absolutely. I think it's not easy what we do. To what people believe, it is not easy what we do, especially if we're bringing trusses and what J-Rock is doing with his whole rig, right? It's more than just coming and press play. So, prepping is days in advance. Well, at least for us. I'm sure it's for you guys too.
Yeah.
We try. It's tough, especially if you have daytime jobs. And I just recently started cutting hair, by the way. So you guys need a fade, hit me up. No, for real. Hey, Jay, you could use the high and tight, you know what I mean? Right here. No, but for real, we try to prep in advance, because you don't want to do it the night before. And trust me, I'm a procrastinator my whole life, right? So I try to do little things each day. Like if the wedding is coming up, let's say today is Sunday, and we have one coming up on Saturday, which we do. So Monday, I know tomorrow the week begins. I'm just gonna start making sure that I have all the music, making sure I got all the names, whatever that's missing. I make sure I get it from the clients. And then, Tuesday, Wednesday, I QC the equipment or the cables, make sure that, everything is there. And then I tell myself, all right, Thursday night, start packing up slowly. So I do it in steps, baby steps. And as far as the emceeing, it's hard for me. That's why I bring helpers. And Jay knows I always bring 2. So to me, it's not always about the money. It's about the content, the quality. So, I could do everything myself. It takes longer. Or I could bring 2 extra guys. One is the DJ, especially when I MC. I really like to go out there, and I really want to bring a show. So with Trilogy Productions, we are not by the booth ever. So you will see me out there. And Jay, you've seen the pictures. Yeah. I will go out there. I will interact with the crowd. I will think of punchlines that fit the wedding, and And that, in order to do that, you have to listen. So one of the things that Jay brought up, you really have to listen. You have to come up with stuff on the fly, and it has to make sense. And I'm seeing it takes a toll out of you too. I mean, mentally, it takes a toll out of you because a wedding is going on. You don't want to mess this up, and you can't. Well, you could, but you don't want to. So your mind is always constantly working. Like, hey, what's coming up next? Before the first dance, or are there any thank you speeches? Depending on the culture, the types of weddings that you do. So I try to prep everything just baby steps, and then bring helpers. Don't be stingy. I mean, don't try to make all that money, but you gotta spend money to make money. So that's why I don't mind bringing Rod, another guy. I always bring two, and I'm not charging like $5,000. I'm not. I put it on. I'll say it right now. I'm not even charging close to $5,000. Yeah. Not even.
With that being said, one day he got another question that he just put in my head, but that was well said because he keep touching on something. But me getting ready for these type of events, as I stated, I usually meet the bride and groom typically, right? So there's a mom, a sister, an uncle, or whoever that you also see more. I usually have about 2 meetings: a contract meeting if I got to meet them again for a venue walkthrough, because sometimes it's not all on the same day. The venue walkthrough contract. So, and the day of, it's always 1 or 2 people in the family or the wedding party that stands out. Like this one I did Washington wedding a few months ago. It was the mom. The moms just stood out, very cool, outgoing. So, as I stated, I learned everyone's names that I need to learn, and being once again part of that family, it's I'm gonna call her out, out of respect. I ain't gonna, if her name is Janice, I ain't gonna say, hey, Janice on the floor. I'm gonna go, hey, everybody, check out mom on the floor, blah blah blah. I go with that. I call her mom. If it's auntie, I call her auntie. The one thing I don't do is call another man dad. That would never happen. That's just real talk. That's man code right there. I can't say, hey, y'all dads out there. I'll be like father of the bride, but I won't say dad. No.
Keeping it real, Jay.
That's just the truth. So that also hits the conversation about what you want to say and how you want to say it.
I can hear Jay now says Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Oh man.
I know you balling.
Live.
Zaddy.
No, but I have a question for J Rock, because I've been watching the shows, and J Rock, I mean, appreciate being the co-host and all that, but a lot of guys don't ask you questions pertaining to the topic that we're on, right?
Yeah.
So MC, right? So I know you do with Beloved, right? Your wife.
Yes.
Shout out Beloved. I know we've never met, but what up? So when you guys do it, let's say you guys are doing a wedding, right? Let's say that she's on the turntables or the controller. So do you go out there and you try to interact? As far as your introduction at a wedding, how would you do that? I mean, do you go out? Do you stand in the middle of the dance floor? Or how do you do it? How do you go about doing that?
The way we do it, it depends on the event and the couple. Because some couples request that I MC, some request that she MC. Then we had a couple that wanted both of us to tag team the 1 and 2s and the mic. So, that works as well. But normally for we'll say a traditional wedding, DJ Beloved will do all the announcements and stuff like that. When it's party time, I get more vocal on the mic, having them raising their hands and doing all the typical MC party host type stuff. And so we normally tag team like that. And also what we do is, if I'm spinning, she'll have one of the mics. Or if she's spinning, I'm talking on the mic and just hyping her up and stuff like that. So we tag team in kind of every aspect.
I haven't myself been around one of their events, but let me tell you how I gather these two. J Rock on when he's doing a impromptu mix on Periscope or anywhere else, you can hear how he is on the mic. This is him by himself. You feel what I'm saying? And he's hyping up then. So imagine him around a crowd of people that he's hyped. And then when you talk about my sister, DJ B Love, she has that voice. She has that what do I call it? She has that professional young lady MC voice.
She does. I've seen the videos, J Rock. So she does. Shout out to B Love. She
can MC a runaway show, and it's going to come out perfect. You get what I'm saying? So I can see both of them as working out well. And a lot of this, and I don't know who sees this. They know it's J Rock and B Love and myself. We speak a lot, and I'm not saying this because we speak a lot. I'm just telling it how it is. That's just the honest to God truth. You know what I mean? There are some people I would love to do business with. When we was in the same state, oh my God, I would never have a problem. Well, do you have anyone? Because I get called for bookings, and I can't do it, man. Do you have anyone that can do this? Do that? You're another DJ. I would never have a problem. Oh, I got two of the greatest.
I appreciate that.
And
that's love, Jay. That's love.
That's just it. And like, especially for Mike talk, like, let's take. I got Chuck Lamar, Mike Dub, and Jam, DJ Just Jam here, and I don't know how anybody Mike's skills are per se, but I've heard Mike's bands. He's usually in our blend challenge. I gave both of them, because I was booked, gave them both gigs. You know what I'm saying? I actually went to Chuck's gig because my client ordered. They actually booked me, but something came up. Actually, I had to close on this house. It was the exact same day, and the house was more important than that gig at the moment. So I knew I had backup, so I called Chuck, like, hey, can you do this gig? Chuck was like, I got you. So I said, look, I'm gonna bring my lights and this and that because this is what they ordered. You make all the money, but this I don't care. So I took him some stuff and I had to go pick it up. So I watched this man do his thing on the ones and twos. And this was a team party, which is considered one of the hardest things to do because it's hard to please a team. That's just it. Unless it's a bunch of trap and booty shaking music, it's hard to please a team. So I've heard him. So yeah, I don't have a problem sending them. But when it comes to them saying, hey, they don't have to do a lot of MCing, and if J Rock and B Love was here, because I've heard them MC, I have two of the greatest people that can do it.
A lot of people don't know this, but DJ B Love, for our first TV commercial for our recording studio, she did the voiceovers for it. And we had that TV on 106 in Park and Rap City for 2 months here in our area. And also, B Love has been in the booth recording hooks on songs before.
Well, she has honestly, she has the great voice.
Real quick, let me jump off subject. I'm in the chat box. DJ 5 AM say what's up. Actually said sup, fella. So
5 AM.
Cool Dre, I don't know. I'm kind of late on a lot of the comments. He says plenty of rest. That is 100% true. You go in there talking with dry, sleepy voice, then you hit. So, but speaking of that, back onto the MC thing, Brian, are you getting quite a bit of MCing gigs alone, or is that part of your plan?
Yeah, it's going back to networking too, and I bring this up because I'm hoping that a lot of people will find this video, and they will eventually, right? But first of all, if you guys are on this channel, make sure you guys give Jay and J Rock the respect that they deserve. I know we have guys like what is that channel? Brian's Red. What's his name? Brian.
Yeah, Brian. That's Red.
And he has a show with John, right? I don't keep up with those stuff. But I know that the channel have been around, but for what you guys are doing, it's a whole new perspective. It's like for us, it's like those guys, they have been established as far as the channel and stuff. But what you guys are covering is like people that you know, it's a small group of guys at the moment. So definitely give Jay Mathis and J Rock here from Power Jam DJs the respect that they deserve. But last year, man, I got booked to the last gig of the year was an MCing gig. So they called me to. They were like, hey, we got a DJ, we got a band, we just don't have someone that is uplifting. So so they booked me, and you know, I charge pretty decent for my time, because I told them that, hey, if I'm taking this MC gig, I could be losing out on a faux gig. When I faux, as in like we do the DJing, the lighting, the whole thing, pretty much. Yeah. So I got booked about probably 5 times just to come and MC.
That's
so
awesome, though.
Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, and definitely network, you know, and definitely work on your MC skill, because let's say if it's a slow month and you don't get a DJ gig, if your voice can carry you, you have a gig, you know. And you just gotta show up, look good, or at least try to look good, sound okay, and you know, make it energetic or whatever you got to do, and get paid for it. So I'm pretty thankful, and support, man, absolutely. People like you guys.
Being an MC leads to a lot of things.
A lot.
Usually around January, I'm usually doing a major bridal show. I'm sponsored in it, so my name is on all the bag. My brand is on all the bags and everything that got to do with it. And I provide. You know, of course, I'm there advertising myself. But for instance, they hired this young lady to MC it. Because they had a wedding dress show, and she did all that, and she read off the paper. Don't get me wrong, she was A1. She was perfect. And because that's what she do. But that will also lead to something like that, because if you get a bridal show or runway show and you're good at what you do, why do we have to pay an extra $500 to $1,000 for somebody to call this off? And this person, the DJ as well, also is excellent on the mic. You know what I mean? I've done quite a few runway shows over here. I didn't MC it. But when I got on the mic, I know they was like, man, we could have just hired you, because like I said, you have to, I can't express this enough. You have to leave your zone. You have to go for that alter ego. If you don't have one, create an alter ego. You know what I mean? You especially if you've been in this game, you've heard plenty of DJs, man. You've heard it. Find your voice. I don't like my voice on the mic, but I tell you this: when I'm hyping up a crowd, I do not sound like this. I do not.
I believe you, and to be honest, I don't like my voice. I don't think anybody does, right?
Now, from a technical standpoint, we're talking about being an MC. Now, no MC is complete without a dope microphone. So, what's your microphone of choice? Are you AKG?
No, Dre,
are you Shores?
You are the man.
Sennheiser?
Sure. I'm sure.
I'm
a Shure dude. At the moment, sure. In the past 4 years, to be honest, I tried the Sennheiser when I MC, when they hired me to MC. The Sennheiser sound real good, but I've been using the Shure. Right now I'm using the SM58. I mean, the Beta would sound a little better. It's like I tried the Beta, but the SM58 does the job too.
Just reliable.
Yes, I'm about to say that seems to be a lot of people go-to stuff. Now, me myself, I'm with the AKGs. Chuck Lamar, DJ Chucky Madness, he has one event I told you I gave him, and I went to pick up my stuff. It was probably about a good 30 minutes to an hour before it was over, and he had 2 Sennheisers sitting there. And that's why in that comment section, I told you when we was having it in the group, I told them they know I am. I walked straight in, I seen the party still going, and I grabbed the mic and I was up there. I getting all these teens hype, all that, just instantly. But I was impressed with his Sennheisers. I don't have none. I have looked them up though. But with this new mic band frequency thing going on, I gotta see who's putting what on what frequency, and then I'm gonna choose, because it's time for me to upgrade my mics again. But I want to see where Shure is going, where AKG is going, and where Sennheiser is going, what frequencies and what mics they have to offer when they change these, because a lot of them are on that 600 frequency range.
Yep.
So, and Brian, if you don't know, Brian, I know you've been pretty busy. We just did a whole video live chat on. Actually, it was impromptu. How the FCC just changed.
The FCC sold the bands.
Yeah, sold the bands. So a lot of mics is going to now have interference. So
yeah, as of right now, T-Mobile was the first one that was granted license to deploy cell phones in that band. So wow. the new T-Mobile iPhone 8s, more than likely, once the iPhone 8 drop, will be taking advantage of that 600 megahertz frequency range, some portion of. So, but see, DJ Beloved now, we just upgraded our entire, I would say, signal path from the microphones to the mixer, and we chose Shure, but because I knew this was coming down the pipe, I chose the Shure H10 band, which is like low 400s to like mid 400s. No, 500s. Low 500s to mid 500s.
See, guys, this is why you network, because I've been out of the loop for so long. I mean, if it wasn't for today, I wouldn't have known about the whole FCC stuff.
Yeah, and being an MC, you hate to be on that band, and somebody, you know, iPhone is one of the top selling phones ever. So you doing a wedding, you're on your MC kick, and all of a sudden you got breakout cutouts and all this and that because 9 people in there with some iPhones.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody like to go live, so you got signal just shooting everywhere. You know, so be prepared for those for that moment.
So I just came up with a line for your intro, guys. I mean, turn off your damn iPhones. You know, who's got the iPhones? Pull them out. Turn them off.
Turn them off. Before I start talking, everyone, please turn off your damn iPhones. Thank you.
See, and it's also as an MC, and when you're buying microphones, you want to ask what's their most popular selling microphone and what frequency band that is in. Because you could be in a banquet hall and if somebody got the same microphone you got on the same frequency band,
yeah,
they talking in your speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
I've seen that happen. And the DJ is like, what the is going on?
Right.
So he had to switch channels.
Yeah, especially, and a lot of people got to understand this, and a lot of them is thinking, oh yeah, well we're wireless. That's what's it's going to affect. Believe me, it's going to affect wireless 110%.
Yep.
You know, and so I mean, it's going to bother the wired, but not as bad as a wireless, because the wireless is giving away a wireless signal.
Now, some people have been moving to the microphones in that 2.4 gigahertz frequency range.
Oh my God.
That scares the pants off me. Because 2.4 is crowded.
A lot for our lighting. You know what I mean? Oh my God, my wireless light setups are 2.4. So, oh my God, it's just gonna be a mess. Real quick, J-Rock, take us to a commercial.
All right, here we go. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Power Jams DJs. We have the talent and expertise to make your event a success. More than just DJs, exciting music and entertainment with lighting enhancements to create elegant atmosphere and lively dance floors. Trust us to use our array of services to create a fun and memorable experience. Corporate and community events, weddings, and private celebrations, Power Jams DJs can bring your ideas to life with ambiance. Call today to learn more.
This show is brought to you by J Mathis Entertainment, 678-650-0917, www.jmathisent.com. This show is brought to you by Wow Event Solutions, www.just2wow. Also, follow us on Instagram at PlayMyDemo. And we're back.
Well, once again, everybody, we want to give DJ 22 West a big thank you, a big shout out for tuning in. And, you know, once again, I want y'all to find them. Brian, tell everyone how they can find you, how they can connect with you.
Well, before I say that, Jay, I haven't had anybody call me that in a while. I just go by Brian now, bro. I haven't DJ. That was when I DJ at the clubs and I was producing and all that. But yeah, you guys can find us just Thrillology Productions. You know, THRILLOGY Productions with the S. We're on Instagram, Facebook. It's just really stuff that most of the stuff that we post is just our events. Nothing crazy, but you can find us on there. Just Thrillology Productions.
J Rod, please tell everyone how they can find you.
All right, you can find me at www.just2wow.com. Also, I'll make it real easy for you at PlayMyDemo on IG, playmydemo.com. You can find me in the club. It's going down. Find me at your mama house.
That's right.
Oh,
that's right.
I'm DJing though. I'm DJing.
Right. Yeah, okay.
He's on the ones and twos.
Right. Yeah, literally. You can find me, DJ J Mathis, on YouTube as DJ J Mathis, on Facebook as J Mathis, on IG at J Mathis Entertainment. You can find me in the club too. So, but once again, y'all, I want to give a big shout out to Brian for tuning in. He's still DJ 22 West to me. He still always will be. Make sure y'all subscribe to him, man. Find out what this guy's doing, especially a lot of you guys who want to see some mic work and stuff like that. See this guy on the mic, you know, just tune in. He's one of the first few people I've subscribed to on YouTube years ago.
Appreciate it, bro.
Years ago. So, but once again, thanks, Brian, for tuning in. Signing out for DJ J Rock, DJ J Mathis, DJ Brian 22 West. You still 22 West. We holler at y'all on the next one. The next one, before we close out, the next show will be in 3 weeks, September 10th. We got a big surprise coming on. Make sure y'all set y'all schedules for September 10th. We holler at y'all. We out. Peace.